Don't Need to Whisper was like a rebirth of myself. I was coming out of a situation where we sold, 25 million records, and everything just starts breaking down. The way Blink worked, the magic of it was that there's 3 totally different people in it. And the way we all came together, we created something really beautiful and great and exciting. Towards the tail end there, we weren't 16 years old anymore, and we're approaching 30. We all have families. We all had different needs and priorities. For me, myself in particular, I needed, at that time, I was gone from my family for 2 years straight. So I needed to be home with my daughter. She was approaching 2 years old, and I haven't been home for any of the pregnancy and then any of her first year and a half. We were touring, so I needed to go home, but the band was doing so well, no one really wanted to go home. And we all kind of just couldn't communicate very much anymore.
Hey, that's some funny shit we used to do 10 years ago.
I guess you just have a lot of people in your mix telling you different things, and it just becomes strange. And ever since we did Boxcar Racer, things weren't the same between me and Mark anyways. That was just one of those weird things where I had to go and try and grow as a musician, and I think he thought it was like a thing against him, but it wasn't. It was an experiment that lasted 2 months, and ended up being a rift in the band, because that's how bands are. Bands are like these families, and they're extremely married, and everyone's extremely insecure and attached to one another. So I think if someone does something that's not completely communicated, it can have bad effects. When they looked at me and told me that me putting my family first, if I was to make that my priority, then I would have to be cool with the repercussions of that. When they told me that, that's when I knew that no longer could I work in that situation at all. There's no way. Because you can't tell me that no one can ever give me an ultimatum over my family. That's like the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. But it's the wrong place for them to be when I was thinking the way I was thinking, because look what happened. Here I am doing something different now. Well, when it went down and it was done, it was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was like 3 divorces happening within 1 week. I mean, it was fucking gnarly. Craziest, like just the craziest of emotions and things said, and like just anger and fear and all these crazy things came out. But I knew at that moment too, I had these songs I've been working on for years and years that were going to be the next Blink record. I told those guys, I was like, fuck. Even before I quit, I was like, this record's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. We're on our way to something spectacular, like I feel, like even beyond where we are now, and we just left, last tour, we left like sold out arenas across the entire world, and we were at the peak of our career, and our next record was going to be beyond anything we ever did. And then all this shit happened, so I'm sitting here with like the best material I've ever done, and I said, fuck, well, it's time to give them, a chance. I was excited for the challenge. I think I do well with challenges, because it just makes you become better at whatever it is you're doing. So that's what I hope. I hope that I hope it comes out good. I think it's coming. I think it's gonna be good, but I don't know. I don't know what you're asking of me. I'm just gonna try and do good songs.
I guess when the breakup happened or whatever,